What's better than girls' night out? Girls' night at home for entertaining, where you get to spend time with your girlfriends and learn to host wonderful gatherings while you shop and cook s'mores and drink wine. Sounds like a fabulous night, doesn't it? Welcome to today's episode of the Best of Raleigh. Today, we're talking about one of the best parts of Southern living. Hospitality is more than just waving to your neighbor, it's about opening your home and bringing people together. And you know, we love this. Today's guest is Vicki Serany, founder of Home for Entertaining. After years of designing beautiful homes, she noticed clients wanted to host, but they didn't really know exactly how. That inspired her to create Home for Entertaining, helping people make gatherings simple, stylish, and full of joy. And if you've ever wanted to host with confidence and actually enjoy it, this conversation is totally for you. Vicki, thank you so much for coming on the Best of Raleigh.
Oh my, thank you so much for having me.
Welcome to the Best of Raleigh with your host and real estate expert, Gretchen Coley, owner of the Coley Group. This show is all about the people and places that make the Raleigh area so special. Here's your host, Gretchen Coley.
I've been wanting to chat with you. I had some of the girls from our team joined in one of the girls' nights at some point and raved about it and just thought that your entire space was really incredible. So what led you to start Home for Entertaining?
Well, Home for Entertaining is actually a family business. So I've had an interior design firm for decades in the Triangle and beyond, Southern Studio, and it was during COVID. And we were sitting on the beach, family drinking gin and tonic, and we said, you know, people just aren't entertaining anymore. And I think the COVID shutdown had something to do with it. And we're like, we need to bring entertaining back. And so we started brainstorming, and from that, my daughter Jackie and daughter-in-law Megan, we started meeting weekly. You know, starting a business isn't always so easy, right? And so we started meeting weekly, and it was born. We did have a building in downtown Cary, so we went through a big renovation. Wolf and Sub-Zero was a big sponsor of our kitchen, and so we have chefs come in and teach cooking classes, and it's just been a wonderful journey. And the girls' night out was actually the brainchild of my daughter to try to bring together the community. It's all about bringing community together.
And listen, I'm with you on the bringing community together. Like, I thought I was dying during COVID, not being able to hug people or shake hands with people. It's amazing what was lost in hospitality during that time. And even though you're sitting on your porches and you're 6 feet apart, it's just not the same, right?
It's not the same.
And so I love the whole concept of Home for Entertaining. I think the concept of being able to bring people together and learn something or be a part of something bigger than just in your home is a fantastic model.
Well, and I do think that even social media has changed the way, and, you know, we feel like we need to live up to the photos we see on Pinterest and Instagram, and really it's just about the people. And so it does not have to be your formal dinner party anymore. It can just be gathering with friends in a unique way.
You know, is it Aaron Lauder or Estee Lauder who said that you can make anything special if you have time?
Correct.
If you have time to think about it, right? And I think about that a lot when I have people in my home, because I can very easily overthink it and want to just go all out in these complicated recipes and these complicated table settings, when the best community is the community, right?
That's right.
And all the other pieces, like these roses that you brought today from the rose garden. What a special, simple, beautiful piece that just brightens everything up.
Well, that's what I found. I found that even when we were doing photo shoots for the design firm, or we go to clients' homes, we were spending a fortune on florals, which I absolutely love, and there's a place for it. But if you're having friends over on a Friday night for pizza and you've been working all week, go out in the yard. And these are the rose garden. We use them in our events. That come from our rose garden at the building. But we go out and cut all kinds of things out of the yard and start making.
I bet you have a magnolia tree too, don't you?
We do have magnolia, and
My favorite.
hydrangeas are great. And so there's all that. And we have an herb garden that the chefs can go out and cut the herbs out of. So it's just kind of a lifestyle of casual entertaining, not stuffy.
Let's talk about this space. Let's talk about the house, the Home for Entertaining. It's a really special place. You've owned it for a while, right? It was built in 1950. Tell me a little bit about it.
So it's very interesting. Our design firm for years was in downtown Apex, and you're clearly in the industry, and rent was going up, and I was thinking, okay, where can we find a home? And I like the comfort of being in a home. So we had been looking for quite some time, and this home came 8 years ago, came on the market on the residential market, and we were actually skiing out and I signed the contract on a chairlift just because we knew what was happening in downtown Cary.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, we did. I kind of knew because I've been looking and didn't want to get into a bidding war, and so we knew what was happening in downtown Cary. And so for years we had the design firm there. We renovated it to bring it up to commercial code, and then when we had this idea, we moved the design firm upstairs, and we did a second renovation so it really is, it's an old home that we've converted, and it has kind of three separate areas. The event space, we have a beautiful sunroom that overlooks the corner, all glass, that we actually share meals in. The outdoor space has an open fireplace that we can have gatherings out there. We have musicians out there for corporate events. And then the retail shop, which is anything you would need to host a party. So it really is kind of making use of every little piece of that old home.
It's a one-stop shop, right? It makes it so easy to be able to pop in, grab a few things that you need for a beautiful evening, even when you don't have so much time to plan.
Absolutely. And even bridal registries. We've been really doing a lot with bridal registries, and we say it's not your grandmother's bridal registry, right?
So tell me about that.
Well, so we've really kind of curated artisans, something that you won't find at the big box stores. Like we don't, retail is a whole new world,
It
right?
is.
It's a whole new world, and it's changed dramatically, especially since COVID. And so how are we going to be different, right? And we're not going to compete with a big box store. So what we have found is that we spend a lot of time, and this is my passion, traveling and meeting the artisans. And so we go to markets everywhere from artisan shows in the Catskill Mountains to Paris to next year we're going to be going to the market in Germany just to find the unique pieces that you can't find. So really what you find is something special. This weekend, we're actually taking a trip to Vermont to Simon Pierce. We actually are dealers for Simon Pierce, and they have beautiful American-made mouth-blown glass. So we'll get to tour the factory and really meet the artisans of the products that we sell.
That's so important. It makes you feel so connected.
Right.
So what other lines do you carry for your bridal registry?
So we have Hand, which is they have a phenomenal story. You see them in a lot of restaurants. And it's more of a casual place setting. It's actually
Which is the place setting everybody needs.
absolutely, and it's made locally in Burlington. Beautiful, beautiful, organic, handcrafted. It's actually what we use in our kitchen. Jaliska, which is kind of a very well known but very southern hospitality, but still with a casual flair. And then another one that's Monty's Doggett, and Monica who owns Monty's Doggett. It's actually from Greensboro, but it's made in Peru. And so we do, that. So we try to find the little bit different.
Yeah, I love that. It sounds very special, and I love the connection. So let's talk about events, because you are really becoming super, super known for this girls' night out. What can I expect at Girls' Night Out?
So it really is a drop-in, and Jackie, our daughter, started it, and she kind of mapped out a plan that if people wanted to take a walk, some of the other vendors, some of the other retail shops in downtown Cary have stayed open, and they all have special events that evening. We almost always have a pop-up, whether it's an artist. This next one, I believe it's on Wednesday, is going to be block printing. A beautiful, beautiful woman who does block printing, and she's bringing her clothing in. We've partnered, Raleigh Mahjong is an unbelievable group that found us, and they just bring women together to play Mahjong. And so, but they need a location to do it.
I need to learn to play Mahjong,
Well-
Raleigh Maj. Call me.
And actually, we actually have an instructor. We teach Mahjong classes. The next series is in October.
Awesome.
So it
I
really
need to
is.
sign up for that.
So, Raleigh Maj, they kind of use our sunroom, and you have to sign up with them directly, but they're there. Wine and beer, we have our ABC permits, so wine and beer is always available, cocktails. Or you can just come and shop and hang out with girlfriends. We've had a book club that didn't have anywhere to meet, and they just came and got wine and sat out back by the fire, made s'mores, and had their book club.
That's wonderful.
So it's just truly bringing community together.
so much fun. It's so much better than having everybody at your house. You don't have to clean up. You just put your wine glass down and leave.
Yeah.
So you are known for corporate events as well. You're doing a lot of those. Tell me a little bit about corporate events, because that's a huge thing in Raleigh, this whole Cary, greater Raleigh area.
Yeah, our meshing of together, right? So corporate events is something that both of our businesses, and I'm passionate about business. I love mentoring. I love growing businesses. Both of our business run on an operating system called EOS, the Entrepreneur Operating System. And part of that is you have your leadership team and you have your quarterly meetings. And whether you're operating, whatever system you're operating on, getting your teams together for team building and team bonding is hugely important. So we'll oftentimes have groups come and have an offsite meeting. And then we'll bring a chef in, and they'll do a pasta making class or a dim sum class, and then they can go out in the backyard and have wine and a social hour. So it's kind of, again, bringing community together in a different way, but in the corporate world.
I think I know where our next offsite, our first offsite is going. Actually, we've had one at my house. It's going to be at your house
There
next.
you go. Come on. Our tagline's enjoy your own party. So if it's offsite, you enjoy your own
I
party.
love that.
Yeah.
So that sounds so fun. So you're doing team building, you're doing cooking, you're doing entertaining, mahjong, all of that in one space.
Floral arranging classes.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of the talent in this area, unbelievable. And so we've had amazing chefs come to us, and it's just word of mouth and organic. Organically, it has just grown into something pretty special. We think it's pretty special.
I've got a wonderful chef I need to introduce you to.
We would love to.
That would be a great fit. So we talked a little bit about the bridal, but then there's a retail piece as well, outside of just Bridal Registry. What are
Correct.
What are you sharing with the community there?
So again, it's anything you would need to host a party. So we actually have branched out into a couple different, as we grow, we've decided to branch out into a couple different areas. So we've just introduced kind of a bath and body. And we're, just so when you're entertaining, even in your guest room, what kind of soap are you having in your bathroom? And, having the design firm for so many years, we kind of see how people live, and we see what they need, and we see what they struggle with. And that's what we're trying to bring into it. So anything you would need for a gift, housewarming gift, you're going to a friend's lake house for the weekend, what do you need to take with you? Anything like that. Anything to just make you need something, special on your kitchen counter. I
always need something special on the kitchen counter. So what is the one thing about Home for Entertaining that lights you up the most? If you could only pick one.
Oh, can I pick two?
Yes, you can pick two.
Okay. So
I'll make an exception.
the number one thing is seeing the community. There are so many people traveling here, and I've never realized that, but if I'm in there on a Saturday afternoon or a Friday afternoon and talking to the people and hearing their stories, and so many people trying to relocate here, and they're just trying to get the lay of the land, and so that, just connecting with people, for me, has been rewarding. My second one, this is a personal one, is just traveling and meeting the artisans and their passion for the product and how we can bring that product to other people and to our community.
I love both of those things. I think we have a lot in common there. How is it working with your daughter and your daughter-in-law? Family businesses are fun and interesting, but they are also complicated.
Well, they are complicated, and I honestly, have we thought about it? What were we thinking? And I'm not gonna, well, it's actually my husband's involved with it.
Oh my goodness!
And so
add another layer.
It is truly a family business. He's the helper, and he's everyone's favorite coworker because he just helps everybody. I am so proud of them, watching them grow. There have been times that we've all been in tears. I mean, you can imagine, right? But where we are now, we just had our 2-year anniversary. And to see, I feel like they can now see what success looks like. And we still have a long way to go. There's so much more we still want to do. But I'm just incredibly proud of them. But it has been, communication is key.
I would agree with that. And I love that story. I mean, it is. It's blood, sweat, and tears to open a business, to bring something up and to create something from thin air. It's no shortage of emotional exhaustion that goes into that. And, I have 3 children. I watch my children watch me work, and they're always involved in the process in some way, shape, or form. But it's hard until they start to see it, and they're just getting to the age where they're like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. And, I hope that I'm an inspiration for them. I think that I am. And I'm sure that you're the same for yours.
And I think you're absolutely right. And when they see you working, when they're in high school and going into college and they see you work, both of my daughter and my daughter-in-law are former educators. And so that's where the whole education component with the classes really speaks to them. And they're both super creative, but they both had experience in the professional world outside before we started this, which I think was key.
I would agree with that. So can we walk in anytime, or do we have
Yeah.
to have classes to go
No,
to?
it's open daily from 10 to 5, and many nights there's classes, we're always there much later. We did decide to close on Sundays because we had to take a break.
So why Cary? Why Raleigh? Why a business here? Because you've had a pretty strong background in big cities across the country. What about Raleigh so
Brilliant.
special? Or Cary? All of it. The greater
All of
Raleigh
it.
area.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, we looked all over Raleigh when we were looking for locations 8 years ago. We were looking all over. And I knew that I wanted a home in a kind of small town community. And it's close to Raleigh. We're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And the lifestyle here is like no other. I mean, we're close to the beach. We're close to the mountains. Education's phenomenal. We're right in the middle of all the universities. The parks and recreation is huge. I mean, you could go on and on. I mean, I could be a poster child for the Chamber of Commerce, I just think it's...
So could I.
Right? I mean, and we chose to live here. We've been here now for 39 years. And it's
starting a
choice.
business here, and I tell people that all the time when they're relocating here. This is the place to start a business. You look around, and so many of these businesses are new. So many of them are brand new. And you watch these young people come in, and I can say that now because I just turned 50, in case you didn't know. You watch these 20-somethings come in and start something from scratch. It's beautiful to watch.
It is beautiful to watch, and I love cheering them on. Because there's a lot. It's amazing how many young people are starting businesses, even right here in North Hills.
Absolutely.
And
I was one of those at one time.
right, exactly. And I it's the same. And I just feel like at this point in my career, it's my job to mentor and encourage.
Sure. So where can people find you? Online and physically?
Online, it's homeforentertaining.com, and Instagram is home.for.entertaining. And those are the two probably best places.
Awesome.
And in downtown Cary, 119 West Park Street.
119 West Park Street. So if you're in downtown Cary, make a stop by. You're going to absolutely love Home for Entertaining. It's a gorgeous space, gorgeous events. Check them out online. Vicki, thank you so much for sharing some time with me. I hope you all loved this session. I love entertaining. I love being entertained, and I love hosting parties at other people's houses. So this has everything that I love in it. We hope that you join us again for the next Best of Raleigh. We drop a new episode where we share the people, places, and businesses that you need to know and love right here in Raleigh on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube every Friday. We'll see you in the next Best of Raleigh.
Thank you.